Hey everyone, today I'm going to be trying out L'Oreal Feria's new Wild Ombre hair dye. I know that the ombre style's been around for a little bit now, but this is the first time that it's available in an at-home hair dye kit. And it's also the first time that I've had long hair in about 15 years, so I figured I couldn't try it out before, so why not now? I also couldn't justify spending $150 to $200 at a salon, so I'm just in desperate need of a mommy makeover. I've been on maternity leave in sweatpants and t-shirts, no makeup, hair pulled back in a ponytail for 2 months now, and before that it was maternity clothes. So as you can imagine, I am a little desperate for a change. So I figured I'd try to find something that was high impact, low cost, which at-home hair dye delivers. Before trying out this Feria, yesterday I went ahead and dyed my roots, actually dyed all over, with L'Oreal Excellence Cream in dark blonde. So we'll see how the ombre kit does over already dyed processed hair, but who doesn't have already dyed processed hair? So I'm going to give this a shot. Let's see how it turns out. To prepare, I already mixed the bleaching powder into the developing cream, and then I poured the lightening cream also into the developer and then shook that well. Next, you just place a towel around your shoulders, put on your applicator gloves, and then you're ready to go. There's two sets of instructions you can follow, the understated ombre or the dramatic, and I decided to go for the understated. Start by parting your hair where you normally would part it, and then pull the top layer into a clip or ponytail holder, and then using the brush, squeeze the developer onto the brush, and then brush in every other inch-wide section, starting somewhere between your ear and your chin, all the way to the tips. And then follow this all the way around to the back, and make sure that you get the underneath pieces really good too. Let down a second layer of hair. You're going to be doing this in 3 layers, and then repeat the same process of every other inch-wide section, starting somewhere between your ear and your chin, all the way to the tips. A couple of minutes into the process, I got sick of the brush because it just seemed to be slowing me down, so I just started putting the bleach onto my glove and then putting that directly onto my hair. And then I let down the final layer, did the same exact process, inch-wide sections, all the way down to my tips, and then made sure that I concentrated also on the back of my hair and the underneath layers. Next, I added in smaller highlights from the roots to the tip, and because these pieces will be processing for less time than the rest of my hair, they won't be as light, and they'll also be thinner than the rest of the ombre. And these pieces will also help blend in my new roots that grow in, as well as the current color with the ombre. So now I just have to let this process for 25 minutes, and I'm going to go rinse it out, and I'll be back with the final result. I'm back, and I couldn't be more excited with the results. The only 2 things that I did off camera was I took a cheap plastic brush and I started brushing from the tips on up to the roots. And then I also washed with the conditioning shampoo that came with the kit. There were a few things that I was afraid of by trying this ombre kit, either that I would get spots or harsh lines, and I didn't, probably because I did the brush process before it sat on my hair for 25 minutes. And I was also afraid that it might look a little underdone, and then you wouldn't be able to tell that I did anything at all, or that it might look a little overdone. But I think it's just the perfect gradient from root to tip, and I'm really, really excited with the way that it turned out. I also like the little piecey highlights that I put in. So yeah, I highly recommend this. I would definitely do this again, and it's a pretty complicated and expensive look that was not expensive at all and very easy. I think it was pretty foolproof, and it didn't turn out brassy. I think it's just a beautiful shade of blonde on the ends, and I would definitely do this again. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, please comment, like, and subscribe.